Thanks to his thrilling stunt work and unforgettable roles in the Mission Impossible and Top Gun films, Tom Cruise has risen to the status of one of Hollywood's top stars. His personal life, including his high-profile relationships and divorces, has been in the spotlight a lot recently. Despite the fact that his business is still going strong, the story of how Cruise and Russell Crowe, who were formerly close friends, split up is one of the most shocking ones. Following the intense events of the Mummy film, Russell Crowe has never mentioned Tom Cruise before. He expresses his dislike for him. Take a look at the conclusion. Famed for his roles in Top Gun, Maverick, Edge of Tomorrow, and the Mission Impossible series, American actor and producer Tom Cruise has a prolific film and television resume. Among his many notable film appearances are those in Valkyrie, Jerry Maguire, Risky Business, A Few Good Men, and Jerry Maguire. He frequently pulls off his own tricks. He has received numerous accolades for his performances in films including Born on the 4th of July and Magnolia, and he has been nominated for 4 Academy Awards for his exceptional stunt work. Tom Cruise may be most known for his film roles, but the spotlight has never been on him outside of his private life. His associations with Nicole Kidman and Katie Holmes as spouses have generated considerable interest. 3 times he has been married and twice he has been separated. Additionally, his devotion to Scientology is well known. Some renowned people actually despise Tom Cruise and would rather not be seen with him, which may come as a surprise to you. Rob Lowe has stated that Tom Cruise is excessively competitive, which is why he doesn't like him. Meanwhile, Brooke Shields holds a grudge against Cruise, who allegedly labeled her reckless for taking pharmaceuticals for postpartum depression. Conversely, Russell Crowe isn't shy about expressing his dislike for Tom Cruise. Actor and director Russell Crowe is well known for his challenging roles, which have garnered him several accolades. The rugged good looks and fantastic acting roles of the Australian-born New Zealander have won over many fans. In 2000, he won an Academy Award for his performance in the film Gladiator, A Beautiful Mind, Louisiana Confidential, Thor, Man of Steel, Les Miserables, Noah, and countless more films have included him. Thunder and Love. Everyone knows that Crowe is a very giving person who donates a lot of money to charities and schools. Compared to Tom Cruise, he hasn't had a very rough personal life. Danielle Spencer was his wife till 2018. They are parents of 2 boys. Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe first crossed paths in 1992 at a barbecue hosted by Naomi Watts. Tom Cruise was already married to Nicole Kidman when she arranged for them to meet. Nicole was already Richard's friend. This led to their friendship blossoming. A woman arranged for 2 of Hollywood's top starring men to meet, and the 2 briefly became friends. Nonetheless, they were never able to collaborate on a film until The Mummy 2017. By the time these A-listers collaborated on this film, it was obvious that they were not pals. No one knew why they were so tense with each other. At that point, Russell Crowe addressed Tom Cruise publicly for the first time, explaining why their relationship had ended. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman were the most desirable couple in Hollywood until their unexpected breakup. Everyone appeared to know about the renowned couple, and questions about their relationship were a constant. Everyone was curious about who won Tom's heart, even though he was already a Hollywood star. They initially crossed paths in 1989 while filming Days of Thunder. Over the course of a year of going out, they became deeply infatuated. They tied the knot in a modest ceremony on Christmas Day 1990. After courting for a while, the couple quickly rose to stardom in Hollywood, and their every move was watched by adoring followers. Following their marriage, they collaborated on several films, including the Western Far and Away. In 1992, they also had the pleasure of meeting Princess Diana of Wales, with whom they became friends. Additionally, they attended her funeral together in 1997. Their family expanded as their bond deepened. They adopted a daughter, Isabella Jane, in 1992. Connor, a boy, was adopted by them in 1995. They have remained out of the spotlight and have avoided discussing their children's life in interviews. Since Tom had a long history of membership in the Church of Scientology, Nicole decided to join as well. But he would have to, because if he broke the teenager's morals, he would spend the next 100 years in prison for the crime. Tom followed in her footsteps and quit the church in 1997. She claimed her dislike for the church leader was the main reason she left the congregation. To top it all off, her father was a therapist, a profession that is frowned upon by the church, which further complicates her decision to remain. Since their 1,999 appearance in Eyes Wide Shut, Nicole and Tom have not shared a screen together. Nicole noted that the couple's lengthy marriage had been filled with many happy memories, but when Tom asked Nicole for a divorce in 2001, she was shocked. Despite their public statements indicating an amicable breakup, Nicole was caught unawares by what transpired. Tom started seeing Penelope Cruz in 2001 and dated her until his 2004 marriage to Katie Holmes, his third wife. Their tumultuous divorce came to an unusual finish because no one could understand Tom's unexpected decision to file for divorce. The only problems he brought up were ones that were intractable. Even after multiple requests from Nicole, Tom still refused to reconsider the split. She went on to say that the split was the worst thing that had ever happened to her. In contrast, Nicole's focus since their breakup has been squarely on acting. She received an Academy Award nomination in 2003 for her performance in The Hours. Keith Urban, a country music star, was her second husband. Together they've got two little ones. You may be asking how Russell Crowe is relevant to this discussion. Over the past 3 decades, Crowe and Kidman have maintained a close friendship. It's hardly shocking that Tom and Russell are at odds now, that he unexpectedly divorced Nicole. Boy Erased, 2018, and Actors on Actors, produced by Variety Studios, are just two of the many collaborative endeavors between these longtime friends. Nicole remarked that playing a married couple in Boy Erased was simple for her and Russell because they were already friends. On a 2019 Qantas trip from LA to AU, they were taken aback to discover they were seated beside one another. They were openly showing their friendship in this way. Among the things Russell said about her in the photo they shared online was that she was one of his favorite people. In her remark, Nicole wrote, 30 years of friendship and counting. Meeting interesting people on the road home for Christmas is always a possibility. Despite their divergent accounts of their teenage encounter, Nicole has been forthright about her friendship with Russell. Their first meeting, according to Nicole, was at a Sydney house party. Russell vehemently refuted the story, saying, "I never did that." According to her, Russell enjoyed drinking champagne off her shoe. "With me standing behind you, you chose not to converse." In an interview, it makes little difference what friends say. They had been friends for as long as Nicole could remember, so she took the opportunity to tell him how much he meant to her. Due to their strong friendship, Tom and the two Australian celebrities have been the subject of numerous tales. Some people mistakenly believe they are romantically involved when in fact they are only pals. In addition to being buddies, these two have always collaborated. At one point, they were set to star together in the film Eucalyptus. The creation of the project, however, ran into some problems and had to be delayed. They finally played married people in the film Boy Erased after more than a decade apart. It was hilarious when Russell replied, "I waited a long time to be married to Nicole." The pals have publicly complimented each other's acting. Russell complimented Nicole's acting, saying, "Nicole's acting is too smooth to describe these days." He also praised her courage in speaking out for what's true and noted that her captivatingness lies in her lucidity. Nicole also mentioned how much she enjoyed Russell's company. She claimed they are already perfect for each other and that their marriage doesn't require any effort or practice. Over the years, Russell and Nicole have developed a close friendship, the type of friendship that lasts a lifetime. She was obtaining a divorce from Tom Cruise, and he was completely supporting her. Nicole Kidman has been open about how painful her separation was for her. Several issues arose for her following the breakup, she claimed. According to a source close to the friendship, after the breakup, Russell was furious at Tom for being so faithful to Nicole. After the breakup, Russell had to pick a side and he went with Nicole. He informed the media regarding the Nice Guys that he and Tom had been buddies since 1992. Throughout their marriage, as part of the divorce settlement, he went on to say that he had consented to accompany Kidman. Rumor has it that following their brief breakup, Russell is no longer pleased with Tom, according to someone close to the friends. He severed ties with Tom after claiming that Nick was untruthful. He hasn't trusted anyone for years and can't stand Tom. After much silence, Russell Crowe addresses Tom Cruise. He claims that his unannounced divorce from Nicole Kidman many years ago is the primary reason he dislikes him. In an interview with the magazine, Russell stated that his close relationship with Nicole Kidman was unaffected by his friendship with Tom. He acknowledged that it was difficult to watch them go through the divorce process, but he clarified that his previous statement about supporting Nicole was a joke and that he loves both of his friends equally. Seeing the two men's public displays of anger made it hard to think it could be real. According to someone close to them, Nicole finds it unbearable that her best friend is spending time with the person she despises the most in her city. Also, according to this source, Nicole is fuming at Tom and Russell's continued communication, which she views as the gravest kind of betrayal. In public, they have all denied having a dispute, although it is unclear whether this is genuine or if they are just attempting to appear nice. After hearing that Tom and Russell were planning to collaborate on a film, Nicole became even more furious. Nicole feels totally betrayed by Russell, and she is still upset from Tom's past harm, according to a close friend of theirs. She is shocked that he is being so thoughtless and hurtful to her. I shrugged my shoulders and answered, "It's just work," when Nicole asked Russell about it. He informed Nicole that he felt she should stop dwelling on the past and get on with her life after the events with Tom. However, she hopes her pals would remain loyal to her. Because of how Nicole felt, Russell turned away from Tom more. The Mummy film probably didn't perform as well as they had hoped because of all the tension on set. When Russell and Tom went to the movies together, Nicole felt offended. Thus, it seemed like his friendship with Nicole was more important to Russell than his friendship with Tom. The announcement that Russell and Tom would be appearing in the 2017 film The Mummy, people were taken aback by the news. Despite their animosity over the breakup, Russell accepts to work with Tom Cruise on The Mummy. Tom will portray Nick Morton, while Russell will play Jekyll Hyde. Originally intended to be the first in a planned series, the film's $410 million in box office earnings led to the cancellation of those plans. Because of this, it is quite unlikely that the buddies will collaborate again. Russell expressed his admiration for Tom and his enthusiasm at collaborating with him on The Mummy. He added that they finally found the perfect project to collaborate on after searching for it, and The Mummy was it. According to what Russell informed Fairfax Media, our acquaintance dates back to 1992. We convened and names will be revealed in this setting. Nicole Kidman connected me with Naomi Watts, who hosted the party because she was married to Tom at the time. He was escorted to the seat beside me. I was chatting with the most famous movie star in the world when I made the joke, and that was the best part. Instead of the other way around, he asked me questions after seeing my films since his wife told him about them. It was a fantastic experience, and we've remained friends ever since. Upon the arrival of Mom, everything felt good. Tom expressed his enthusiasm about collaborating with Oscar winner Russell, declaring, "I've known him for 100 years, he informed someone. I couldn't help but think, I can't believe we haven't done this before as we faced the set. I was eager to see his take on the role and collaborate with him after he announced he would play Dr. Jekyll. While filming, Russell stated that the action sequences were their favorites. We absolutely pummeled each other, he said while laughing. They discussed Russell's sons and even had a bear embrace during an interview with Fairfax Media, whom Tom Cruise's arrival thrilled. Despite appearances, they were genuinely thrilled to be working on the film with their co-workers. There is a lot of dialogue in The Mummy about how stressful it is for Russell and Tom on set. To begin with, Cruise had far too much input into the production of this film. It exemplified the classic problem of an overbearing Hollywood celebrity. His own health apt eremia. Because he oversaw all of the creative decisions for the film, Tom took a lot of heat for The Mummy's lackluster opening weekend, even instructing the cast to make minor decisions. On stage, Tom revealed his perfectionist streak by declaring, "I don't just make movies. He expects everyone to give it their all, just like him." Several characters in the film attest to the fact that Cruise had considerable control over the production, including script approval and post-production decision-making. The marketing and release of the film were also altered by him. Tom is well known in Hollywood for his authoritarian personality. As a result, tensions between him and Russell may have escalated. Disputes also arose on occasion while filming. There were rumors that things were heated at the time because Russell was upset with him over Tom and Nicole's divorce. Rumor has it that Tom was so hands-on with the film that he and Russell got into an argument. Russell had a hard time believing he was in the right film and that his role was unnecessary. Because they performed so many stunts together, some even claim that the actors were only letting off steam when they battled. The majority of viewers had never seen them on television before now. In separate sequences, Tom and Russell engaged in combat. One of them required 4 days of filming. Russell and Tom had a 20-year mutual desire to collaborate, according to the employer. Although they discussed numerous possibilities, none of them were satisfactory. This came up and they were both like, "Of course, let's go." Filming this scene for 4 days was incredibly taxing on their bodies. No stuntman will ever get them to operate together. Both of them are completely engrossed. It's just the two of us. There won't be any duplication. You are curious about the consequences if they harm one another at this point. The walls, glass, and tables will take a pounding from their collisions. Just because they're in a limited area doesn't mean you should stage a fight. As they make their way around the room, they are meant to demolish it. Tom Cruise also posted a behind-the-scenes video from the set. Instead, we witnessed a brawl breaking out between Tom and Russell. Many individuals failed to grasp the rationale behind their polarization. Upon viewing the teaser, many were left with inquiries regarding the film. To many, it seemed like they were playing a game or something. When it eventually came out, the film bombed at the box office. Because of this, we have no idea when these actors will reunite on screen. There were those who questioned the veracity of Russell and Tom's friendship. One accusation even suggested that Tom had converted Russell to Scientology. However, Russell later claimed that this had never taken place. In an interview with People magazine, Russell discussed his background and his interest in the contentious church in great detail. He even went so far as to question Tom about it because they were buddies back then. The famous person gave the following response when questioned about it. "When I was young, I was really interested in religion. During Tom Cruise's marriage to Nicole, we spent some time together. Discovering his interest seemed like a fascinating activity, so I decided to ask him. At the video store, I viewed a Scientology video. It served no useful use. I felt Tom was awesome once I told him about it." Another thing he stated was, he didn't try to sell me a pair of shoes, he just said, "If it interests you, go after it." I think that if you find faith independently, it works the same way. Never in a million years did I get around to offering my opinion. I have never set foot in a Scientology temple. Since Tom insisted there was no pressure or attachment, rumors that he was attempting to convert Russell to Christianity were put to rest. The players felt less pressure after learning, to their surprise, that people were interested in the church. According to many, Tom and Nicole's marital problems were exacerbated by their involvement with the Church of Scientology. Mike Rinder, a former Scientologist, claims in his book that the church leader orchestrated their romance. He went on to say that someone in the church was instructed to get Nicole to approve of the divorce so that Tom could go on. Furthermore, it was falsely claimed that the church rejoiced over Tom and Nicole's breakup because Tom was being distanced from the church by Nicole. According to Rinder's book, Tom gradually reintegrated into Scientology. Tom and Nicole drifted apart as a result of this. Tom and Nicole attended the same church, but Nicole had little interest in joining the group. The church was endangered by Nicole's control over Tom, its most renowned member. Claims that the church was tapping people's phones and eavesdropping on them were unfounded, and the church repudiated the accusations. Mike Rinder was allegedly dishonest with Nicole, Tom, and Russell, according to the church.